Let's teach him a little bit about finance. Crush the little guy. What's up, sons? It's Blind Rod with Son of a Tech once again, and welcome back to yet another Talking Head video. Today we are going to be calling an audible on a review that was going to launch to address, of course, the dip in the crypto market that coincidentally aligns with the official date of El Salvador using Bitcoin as an official tender within the country. Now, this also brought up an interesting talking head topic that I wanted to address after listening to a podcast from Lex Friedman that basically brought up the idea of, is cryptocurrency selling false hope? Let's get into it right after a word from our sponsor. Today's sponsor is Crypto.com. Crypto.com is my go-to centralized exchange for liquidating my crypto assets. With their Crypto.com Visa debit card, I can load up my mined Ethereum to pay for power and other operating costs quickly while earning up to 8% cash back. In addition to the Visa debit card, there are additional fiat options, including wire transfers, to easily receive your profits. Crypto.com also offers additional services, including trading and even staking, to earn additional revenue on your investments. Join 10 million plus users buying and selling 100 plus cryptocurrencies at true cost by using my affiliate link in the description for a $25 funding bonus. Or enter referral code SOAT at sign up for the same bonus. Remember, cryptocurrency investment comes with significant risks, so do your own research. Welcome back. So let's just go ahead and get you guys caught up on the news in general. El Salvador buys 400 Bitcoin ahead of making it legal currency. This was yesterday on Monday. The bullet points here is by the numbers. 200 Bitcoins had a market value of about 10 million as of Monday night. Of course, that's not true anymore. El Salvador's legislature voted in June to make Bitcoin legal tender. The digital currency will be used alongside the US dollar, the nation's official currency. Of note, and this is important, guys, listen to this little excerpt. The World Bank in June rejected the government of El Salvador's request to help the government implement Bitcoin, citing environmental and transparency concerns. See where that's headed, can't you? Alrighty, so how it works, the government will provide a Bitcoin wallet called Shivo or Shivo. I'm not sure on the pronunciation. Let me know in the comment section below, which will be preloaded with $30 in digital currency for users who've registered with a Salvadoran national ID number. So this is a way to basically track Bitcoin. We've talked about this previously. There's no real privacy within Bitcoin. That's why a lot of the OG cypherpunks and crypto enthusiasts typically will lean towards something like Monero, at least if they're principled right. We're talking about, of course, probably a heavy libertarian influence on most of the people that call out the privacy issues. But of course, for legal tender in a country, it's needed to track payments, etc. So just to be clear, this is KYC through the government, basically, in El Salvador. It's good still for adoption, at least we thought it would be, right? But now the news starts coming out here, and we see that essentially the crypto markets are crashing. So we have at this point basically seen essentially almost a 10% drop down to $46,000 in Bitcoin. I believe it's even below that now. Let's go ahead and check it out. Nope, so still 46,000, down from 51,000 pretty much overnight. Now, why would this happen? Obviously, the global banks and financial institutions warned El Salvador against, of course, accepting Bitcoin as tender within the country. And maybe they just want to prove a point. Throw on the tinfoil hat, big whales, lots of outside fiat currency that could influence the price of Bitcoin, either by, selling a bunch of it, etc. And, they weren't happy with what El Salvador is doing. So after the first big purchase from the government, they go ahead and dump the price. So what does that come out to now, by the way? The 200 Bitcoins that was worth all that money. Well, we can do 200 times 46,747. And now that is worth $9.3 million. If we compare that to 200 times 51,000, that was $10,200,000. So for a country like El Salvador, that's probably a pretty big deal, albeit it's not that terrible. You're still, within functioning price. I don't know what their economy is like, but, the 10 million doesn't seem like a lot when we're spending trillions of dollars here in the US on unnecessary things. But the entire point being is that essentially, why would El Salvador be moving into Bitcoin? And that's to basically protect their economy. The idea is to shift the economic wealth through the use of Bitcoin. So that brought me to brings us to the interesting idea of, is Bitcoin basically, or cryptocurrency in general, selling false hopes to basically the underprivileged, or the people that do not have a lot of, capital, right? People like, well, I feel like I'm doing good thanks to cryptocurrency, but people like myself, just working day jobs, people like you watching this video. And I want to give full credit here, so I pulled out my phone, but I was listening to a podcast by Lex Friedman, and he had Jaron Lanier on, and he asked Jaron Lanier what he thought of cryptocurrency, and he brought up this analogy of gambling. Not saying that cryptocurrency is gambling, but this is the idea. There is a very small chance of you winning at gambling, right? But everybody still goes to Vegas. Everybody gambles. It's a big, large market. Even though in our psyche, we're pretty much knowledgeable of the fact that we probably won't win, we do it. And then what's the excuse we use? Well, at least I got entertainment out of it. Now, this is going to get a little dark, but when you're purchasing cryptocurrency, what are you planning on, or what are you hoping for, right? Well, you're hoping that the price goes way up and that it gets you out of some sort of poorer economic situation so that you can experience more freedom within life and do things without being tied to maybe a full-time day job or whatever it may be. And the idea is that in the event, because it's highly unlikely that you will be one of the people that gets in at the bear market and find success just from buying cryptocurrency, because usually people will purchase, a bulk of the people will purchase when it's already going up, when it's too late to make those huge gains, right? But what do you get out of it? You get hope. What are all the kids getting out of buying Dogecoin and Shiba token, etc.? They get some sort of hope that they will basically be able to pull themselves out of some sort of economic disparity. And yes, this is a very dark topic, but I wanted to bring it up because it does ring true, and it does basically sit behind and support, or help support, the principles of this channel when we talk about cryptocurrency. This is why I will always encourage you to value revenue over the increase of price in any given coin, right? Or crypto. Because at this point, what you should understand is that the market is volatile. While yes, during a bull run, if you just purchase the cryptocurrency and hold it all the way through, it in theory will make more than mining, but it's dependent on a few things. It's dependent on, you don't need to pull that out to pay bills. It's dependent on, of course, the market's going up, and it's dependent on you getting out in time. And the thing is you will never know the exact timing. So it is, to a certain extent, a gamble if you're just purchasing and holding. What does mining do? What does liquidity pools do? What does staking do? It eliminates that, a little bit of that gambling aspect, because you're generating revenue. So I'm just going to say that is kind of the principle of the channel, to try to drive that home for the people that are new to cryptocurrency. Is you want to focus on revenue generating assets over anything else. And there are revenue generating assets within crypto. The great thing about crypto, at least before the GPU shortage and the chip shortages, was that you could do it at a lower level. You could buy a graphics card for a few $100s and have a revenue generating asset. There's not really a lot of revenue generating assets that you can get into for under $1,000. And that's what makes cryptocurrency special, or specifically mining, especially because staking, we start talking about needing a pretty hefty investment. So that's the idea. I heard it, and I know a lot of people it will probably upset a lot of people, that idea of cryptocurrency just selling hope. What do you get out of cryptocurrency if you lose on cryptocurrency? Well, you got to experience hope for the first time. That's the idea. It's a little dark, I understand, but hopefully it helps you understand my perspective on how I approach investments within cryptocurrency, and hopefully, grounds you a little bit so that you can make some smarter decisions. As far as the dip in crypto today, and the relation to El Salvador, unfortunately, it does seem to be tied, because you can't let the little guy get away with using something that you don't have full control over. Tinfoil hat, of course. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next Tuesday. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to see more. Also, you can check out this playlist for more content talking about cryptocurrency.